It's BudPod 16.
16, BudPod Season 2 can legally open its own bank account.
Ah.
We turned 16.
And it used to be that you could buy cigarettes.
Buy cigarettes, enter the national lottery. I think we can't do those things just yet, but give us a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a couple of weeks to go.
I just remember finding it so weird as a teenager that you couldn't drink, but during GCSEs you could be like, God, GCSEs are so stressful. I'm going to go for a cigarette.
Yeah, like during your maths exam.
During your maths exam,
right?
outside
Getting ash all over over your EdXL sheet.
Yeah.
Was there anything at any age bracket where you're like, I've turned this age, oh my God, I'm going to do this thing I can legally do for the first time right now?
21, rent a van. Just rent a big moving van. No, I don't.
16, start an apprenticeship. Day one.
I'm going to learn and earn. I don't think so. There was enough underage drinking going on that the mystique of that had. I will say one thing though that marks me out as a peculiar foreigner in British culture.
Yeah,
The sombrero, my many gods.
Sombrero with corks hanging down.
Yeah,
it's all over the place.
Yeah. I'm Australo-Mexican.
Yeah.
Hola,
mate.
Hola, mate.
Hola. Oh, are you a Mexi?
A Mexo? I've often tried to think of how I would spell the word no the way Australian girls say it.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's like Northern NOI, I think, with like maybe a little hat over the eye.
It's at least another 7 vowels after that. In my head, it looks like an Inuit name or something, where you just go like, that's from a language that's nowhere near Europe.
Yeah.
Because of
a
forever.
little tilde over one of the nouns, Yeah. Legally, did I do... I think drinking started when I was like 13. That was when it was like at parties.
So like people drink at parties, but unlike someone who maybe is quote unquote, like really definitely British, like you would not think this of me.
Yes.
I never went into a pub.
Oh, right.
Ever as a kid. It's not pubs the way they are in the UK aren't really a thing in South Africa at all. There's bars or restaurants, like grills and stuff. Like
it's like undercover police in Singapore. There's one on every street corner. In England, it's like there's always like I like when I went to LA with a friend years ago, and we just thought we could walk and find a pub or a bar, and you just give us. That's not how it works. In London, for instance, or most cities or towns in the UK, if you walk for 10 minutes in one direction, there will be one.
There'll be a pub, and also like people that I know who grew up in England, but also like my nephews, for example, they know what the pub is, and they're like 7, and they've been to them.
I didn't go to one until I was like having a drink myself. I was never taken to one as a kid.
You never went and had a meal in a pub garden?
Pub culture wasn't a thing for my parents. They weren't really into it.
Well, see, that's the thing. Me too. And I think that it marks you out as unusual.
Yeah, I probably should have been taken at some point. If a former prime minister's leaving his kids there, do you know, and David Cameron did that, you go back. Yeah,
but it's such a thing. Like my nephews are like the pub. You go there and you can have chips and you know. And there's sports on a big TV.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I took the wretch to a pub last summer. So he would have been about to turn 3. Yeah. And what happened was it was one of Katie's cousins. It was her wedding. She was getting married at Oxford Uni because her and her husband both studied there. Yeah. It would be insane if they had.
You can rent it. I bet they'd let you rent it.
That'd be weird if you said, yeah. Or it was always my dream to get married at Oxford Brookes. Anglia Ruskin, big, huge, perfect wedding. But they had a no kids policy, which I was like fully on board with. Yeah. Fully on board with. And so I was like, well, I'll take the hit on this one, and I'll just push the wretch around Oxford in a buggy, and did. And then it started to absolutely piss it down with rain. So I was just a guy walking around in like a drenched suit on a Saturday morning.
So you looked like a sinister painting.
A sinister painting, like pushing this buggy around. And the wretch fell asleep. So I just sort of pushed the buggy down so it was now like a flat bed. And it had a rain cover over it. And then I was like, it's going to be over in like 20 minutes. Why don't you just go to the pub?
Yeah.
It'll be absolutely fine. And so when you're going upstairs, you walk backwards with a buggy.
Yeah.
And so I walked backwards with the buggy, and I forgot that he both wasn't strapped in and was lying horizontal. So when I pushed him upwards and the buggy went up at an angle, I Wallace and Grommeted him, and the wretch just slid out like the cream from an eclair.
No.
And just slid out and fell onto this soaking wet pavement in Oxford. And it was like, oh, what have I done?
But why didn't it have a lip?
There isn't one. Buggies don't have that. They don't have that. Because they don't expect you to have it completely horizontally. So he was absolutely fine. But what happened was he went from being peacefully fast asleep to being soaking wet outdoors and on the pavement, having woken up falling.
Sorry,
you know that, is it the myoclonic jerk? The thing you get sometimes when you're just falling asleep and you suddenly go, blah! Is that?
You did to your wretch, your 3-year-old, you made him go through the way Mr. Bean arrives at the start of a Mr. Bean episode.
Yeah, the spotlight and the, yeah.
He falls onto a hard, wet pavement in the rain.
Yeah, it was, it's raining men to him.
I cannot think of a more, as an adult especially, distressing way to wake up than tumbling onto a soaking pavement in the middle of the street.
It's what frat boys would do to wake someone up who's fallen asleep on a sofa as a prank.
It's the way you wake someone up by throwing them out of a pub when they've passed out. Get out of here, rummy.
So he obviously absolutely fine. He wasn't hurt in any way because he landed on his bum. Was obviously just very distressed by that's how he woke up. So, but then people were like coming to help, and I was like, no, everything's fine. But I realised I'm a soaking wet man in a suit at like 11 a.m. on a Saturday trying to go into a pub. It was so deeply suspicious looking and horrible. But that was within minutes. We were having chips. Mm-hmm. He was having an orange juice, and we were watching Spidey and Friends. And he was having the absolute time of his life. So his first pub experience then was like, what a great tonic for the trauma that had just come before it. So he's had a great first pub experience.
Well, this is the thing, and I remember being allowed to drink legally, and I felt like I felt that it was almost somehow inappropriate that the first time I was walking in through the doors of a pub was as an 18-year-old going, well, what's it like in here then?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know.
Like you had your first passport.
Yeah. Like if you'd only ever... I'm trying to think of like an analogy. I just feel like it took me longer to be comfortable with it because I was walking around the pub going like, oh, this is like in Shaun of the Dead, you know? Like,
yeah.
Because I had no other reference point.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Also never been to a curry house.
You'd never been to a curry house?
Nope. Till I was over 18.
Wow. I mean, I don't know how that wouldn't have come up, but I can understand it.
My parents don't like spicy food, and also I think there was maybe like one curry place on the Isle of Man.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that I was really late to in general. I remember feeling restricted by stuff that isn't even laws in place, but like TV was quite restricted when I was growing up. And you're allowed to have like 1 hour of free TV time when you got home from school, and you could watch whatever you wanted. 1 hour of PlayStation or whatever, you could do that. But then in the evenings, if my parents were watching TV, you could watch, as long as they were watching, you're allowed to watch too, and that's fine. But in terms of your own personal time, 1 hour, and that is it, like to the minute. And I never had a TV in my room. And then my parents moved house when I was 18, like just about to go to uni. And I got into my new bedroom, whatever, and I was like, oh, there's a TV in here. And they were like, yeah, we just figured you could have a TV in your room. I've not once in my life turned that on because I'm like, well, not allowed. And to this day, we as adults have a TV in our bedroom, and if I'm there on my own, I almost never turn it on because I think there's a subconscious part of me that's like, well, I'm not allowed.
Well, I'll be in trouble.
I'll be in trouble. I can't have a TV on.
You're like one of those old guys who was in like prison in the 60s who stands to attention in front of doors and waits for them to be open.
I was very late in swearing in front of my parents. I thought that would be weird because you've gone your whole life of not doing it. It would now be strange. Yeah. And I think I find it weird if I hear them swear. Do you know, even though you go, I'm not in any way a prude about that, I feel really strange if I hear my parents
I agree
swear.
with that.
Did your parents swear when you were growing up?
No. And I've got friends whose parents are just like happy swearing, like whatever around them, and it blows my mind. I think it blows my mind as much as if I watched my friend's dad skateboard into the room. You can do that? What?
Yeah, I remember the specific occasions when hearing my parents swear for the first time.
Really?
And once, my dad, we'd been to see The Matrix Reloaded at the cinema, and we were driving home from Valley Park Cinema in Croydon, and someone nearly cut him off in traffic, and he went, "You fucking asshole!" And it was like That's really weird.
I remember my dad swearing in a car.
Really strange.
When I was a kid, someone cut my dad off and he went, "Oh, you turd."
That's not a swear word, is it? Turd?
I never heard it used in anger.
we were.
I was like 8 when he did that.
But we used to say crap all the time at home, and then a friend of mine, I said it around a friend's house, and he was like, "Don't swear in front of my parents." And it was like, "Crap, that's not." That's fine.
When we were in South Africa, my parents were like, I learned "damn" from somewhere.
Right.
And they were like, "Don't say damn."
What?
Well, just because of the society is quite religious, and
I see.
It was just a general thing, and they're like, we don't know enough about who's around us.
Yeah, we don't know if you're going to get turned into the police. Or like, I suspect my neighbour's a communist.
This our neighbour's kid says "damn," so I'm pretty sure they're giving him drugs.
Yeah,
who knows? It's just better to not let it happen.
My mum was when I was like 11 or 12. I must have been 11 actually, 10 or 11. It was like my first year of secondary school, and in the October half term, my parents took me and my sister to Disneyland Paris, and it was
they pointed at Mickey Mouse and they went, "Check out this cunt." And you were like, wow, I can't believe my parents said that.
Should we go to Magic fucking Kingdom later? Fucked a mountain.
It's a small world. It's a small world after all. Piss. Was that what they kept calling it?
Let's go on Splash Mountain, you fucking prick tease. The next day we were in the centre of Paris, and we'd gone on like a sort of a coach trip there, so we were with loads of other complete strangers and all had to go for dinner together, which was awful. We didn't know anyone.
Terrible.
And we were also having dinner on this huge, like, sort of banquet table in a very traditionally French restaurant where it's very much, sort of snails and frog legs, and it's very touristy, obviously. Yeah, exactly.
Different menu in English with double the prices.
Yes, yeah. And at the end of the table, there was a stage area of big curtains, and the curtains opened, and there were two of the most elderly singers I'd ever seen.
It's like I think you should leave sketch.
They look like really old versions. If you put them to like AI, what would status quo look like in 100 years?
I'm picturing the curtains parting as well with the kind of like winch noise.
I think one had a guitar and one had an accordion. And they both had sunglasses.
The perfect combo.
Yeah, they both had sunglasses. One had a long ponytail and one had really long curly Brian May hair. And they both wore sunglasses. And one both looked like 80.
Yeah.
And it was like a weird museum animatronic where someone had put in like a few francs and the curtains had parted, and then suddenly these people would start strumming a guitar and it plays music.
And they're singing with a microphone that's not even near their face.
Yeah. They keep moving the microphone away. But one of them, the guy with the ponytail and the dark glasses, while his friend was singing and he took a break from sort of the accordion, he pointed at my mum, and then he pointed at himself, and then mimed like clicking a camera. So like you, me, photograph, and then gritted his teeth and shook his head like a dog chewing a piece of meat. So like you, me, photograph. And my mum went, what the fuck? To go from nothing my entire lifetime has made her swear. And that was too many disparate elements. Too many disparate elements came together for us to be like, what is this?
What is happening? So
she's muttered it under her breath, like when an action movie star sees a volcano erupt.
I mean, you must have all nearly been sick from laughter.
It was just bananas. Absolutely crazy.
Just the way to get your mum to swear is to line up as many uncanny things as possible.
What can break her? Yeah, it was like it happened, and then as soon as she saw it, it was like it would have made more sense if my sister had gone, yes, knew it, did it. Yeah, and then she pays them like 50 euros each or whatever. Did it. Thank you guys so much. I knew that would work.
Just to come up with, and then maybe a picture, and then go, hey.
Yeah. You, me.
What does it mean?
I have no fucking idea. So I fully understand.
So funny to just out of pure instinct, pure gut level response, go, what the fuck?
It made me think. Did I ever tell you about the Chinese restaurant I went to in Portugal? I went on holiday with my family years ago, and there was a very polite waitress who gave us all shot glasses at the end. And it was like, not that prudish a family, but this is an insane thing to encounter within your family. I must have been maybe like 14 years old, and it was a family holiday in Portugal. And we ended up going to, I think we were just really fancied a Chinese, and there was this Chinese restaurant. We went there. We were the only people there, and there was a very quiet, very sort of shy waitress who sort of it was great all evening. And then at the end, when we went to sort of pay our bill, she put down 4 shot glasses, and she made sure me and my dad had 2 specific ones, and my sister and my mum had 2 specific ones as well. And she was like,
I remember this.
She was, have I said this on the pod?
No. You said this to me years ago.
Hey, right.
The shot glasses has triggered the memory.
Right.
I can't remember the specifics. I remember the flavor of what happened.
So she made sure me and my dad had 2 specific ones, and my mum and my sister had 2 specific ones. And she went, I'm going to pour some liquid in. She poured some liquid in, and she went, and then look into your glass afterwards. Because we looked into the empty glasses, and it was just a swirly pattern. It didn't mean anything. And then she poured this liquid in, and she'd been so polite that I assumed it's going to be like some Chinese proverb, or it's going to be a symbol or something, and we're going to go, wow, thank you so much. That's
like a
marvelous.
Beautiful picture.
Oh, wow, yeah. And so she poured it, and I looked directly into mine, and it was just a girl wanking. It was like a porn, just full-on porn picture of a woman masturbating, and my family, they all had theirs upside down. They were going, oh, what's that? And they were like turning theirs around. I was like, I almost wanted to like just sweep the table off. We don't need to find out, because I don't want this to be a conversation.
You wanted to react like that it was poison.
Yes, yeah.
Put that
Bad
down.
Dates. There's like a dead monkey on the floor. He drank from a shot glass. So she'd been so specific about it, and this is very heteronormative, but it's because she'd given my sister and my mum a guy jacking off.
A man
in
wanking.
the shot glass, a guy jacking off. So my sister, who would have been like 15 or 16, that's a crime. Yeah, just an adult man just jacking it, like absolutely jacking it. And the thing is, me and my dad had different wanking women. Like there was like a whole set, a whole range of people. It was just crazy.
What is it about?
And we looked over to her, and she like sort of waved as if to be like, have a good night.
Enjoy your porn.
Yeah.
It's so insane. First of all, it's insane to do it to an obvious family.
Yes.
Stag do in Portugal.
Yeah.
Lads on a golfing trip. Fine, of course.
Yeah.
Great. Ha 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 ha. A family who are the only customers.
Yes.
It's as insane.
Now I know why we were the only customers.
Yeah, because an insane waitress shows everyone porn at the end of the meal.
Yeah.
It's not what you want to see at the bottom of a drink. And also, I was going to say, like, okay, on a certain level, showing porn to the men is a statistically more popular thing.
Yes.
I've never heard...
Whereas my mum and my sister got unsolicited dick pics via a shot
from their drink.
From a drink.
Their drink showed them a penis.
Yeah.
What is it about the Mediterranean that makes them so comfortable and enthused about this kind of fucking weird, like, porn?
I think it's actually used as a...
do they think we like it?
No, I think maybe it's used to coerce you into certain behavior. For instance, hear me out. Basically, we'd have looked down and been like, oh, Jesus Christ. And it would have been her way of convincing us to drink the drink. For instance, I sometimes at the end of like an Italian meal, they give you like limoncello.
Yeah.
I don't like the taste of limoncello,
no.
but I can turn my taste buds off, so I'll just down it and have it. But I'd rather not have it.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you don't have it, they're like, go on, you must. And you go, please, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it was her way of, this is the best way to guarantee you take the drink. You go, don't want to see the wanking guy? Well, drink it and it'll turn back to swirly pattern. You know, okay, fine. It's gone back to swirly pattern. We're fine. Maybe that was her way of convincing you. We go, why have you done this? You'd just be like, just take this sip and it will all be all this can be gone away. If you just take that little sip.
You don't have to look at wanking at all.
Yeah, if you just take a little sip.
Drink this little drink.
Looking back, it must have been poison. We woke up days later.
In a bath of ice.
Yeah, but with more kidneys.
Yeah, they stuffed you full. Yeah. You're supposed to smuggle them to the UK. But we've got a record of that on this podcast. I mean, we remember many episodes ago the postcard someone had seen in Spain where I think it was the Nevermind. You know, the baby?
Yeah, the baby, yeah.
It was a swimming baby. I suspect Nevermind.
Yeah.
What other swimming baby?
Yeah.
Photoshopped to have an enormous penis. And the caption on the postcard was, Spain is good for baby. It's being sold in a shop.
Yeah, I remember I was about 7 years old and I saw a post. It was a guy in profile who had the dick of a satyr. Like, it was a guy with headphones and a Walkman, naked on the beach, with this throbbing, like, canoe of an erection. It was like bending back into him. It was wild, like fully semicircle. Like that was
a
crazy.
Crescent moon.
And I remember one as well when I was like 8 years old, and it was just a zoomed in picture of just the most 70s bush you'd ever seen with a hairbrush in it, and it said "My Hair Lady," and I remember that from when I'd be like 8 years old.
That's where you get your pun love from. This trauma response.
Yeah, but it was just like, I remember the size of the guy's boner in that picture. And that is the same year I went to Disney World for the first time. Both those things happened in the same year.
Yeah, and you compared his with Mickey Mouse's.
Yeah.
It ruined it, really.
Yeah, you get them to sign your little autograph books. Disney is like...
That's so funny to me, the idea of forcing a family to look at porn at the end of a meal. It's so insane.
Yeah.
You've got some correspondence now. We discussed Child FM, which became your slang phrase for when you think of a joke in a dream and it doesn't work.
Or just in general, any situation which you're like, I think this is excellent.
Yeah.
And you run it by people and it is just incomprehensible to them.
Yeah.
So this is from... my friend Matt, who I used to write kids' TV with, and that's where the Gary Litter situation came about.
Oh, yeah.
But also, he was crucially who I was sharing a bed with at the Edinburgh Fringe the day I woke up Child FM. The day I woke up thinking of Child FM.
You turned over to him like a detective turns over to his wife.
So I don't know if Matt's okay with me reading this message out, but and if it's awful, we'll cut this and you'll never know it happened. But Matt messaged me with us on WhatsApp, literally just we were about to start recording, and I saw the words Child FM, and I was like, whoa, how apropos. We're about to record BudPod. I had one of those dreams a couple of nights ago where you wake up laughing, but I have no idea if this is actually funny or a Child FM moment. I dreamt that I was... I dreamt that I was in a restaurant that had a sign saying this restaurant's patrolled by plainclothes waiters. As you're eating, the diner at the next table in shirt and jeans puts down their cutlery and jumps up to reveal the waiter ID and says, "Would you like to see the dessert menu?" That's not Child FM. That is good stuff. I'm a big fan of that.
That's not Child FM. What that is EastEnders theme in Indian restaurant. That's good stuff.
I've got a new song. Had Weezer stuck in my head.
Oh yeah?
Petit Falou. That's what I want to eat. Eating a Petit Falou.
I had to explain. Joe, my fiance, really enjoyed sausages.
Sausages.
I figured out where that came from, how that came about.
Yeah.
I remembered. We all were playing Risk.
Oh yeah.
And we would somehow, maybe someone was making sausages, maybe our friend who we don't name.
Yeah.
And we were saying sausages to the tune of All Quiet on the Western Front.
Oh my God, because it's got that weird synthy, the new version of All Quiet on the Western Front. Yeah, it has this weird synth soundtrack.
And we were playing sort of soundtrack noises to make Risk have sort of more sort of resonance.
Yeah.
Which I recommend. If you're playing a board game, play appropriate music for it.
We tend to play Risk as a 4 a couple of times a year. And the soundtrack will usually be something, Lord of the Rings adjacent. Do you know what I mean? A Howard Shore-esque score.
Yes. And so, it was sausages. And then it was other songs off of the back of that.
Yeah. Ringo Starr.
Yeah, exactly right. Fuck, I had a song and it was a hypothetical jingle for like, you know how like, it's quite old fashioned now, but sometimes it would be like, at the end of an advert, there'd be a little song about
washing machines live long. That
live long. You're with Cal gone.
Yeah.
Or Mr. Sheen shines umpteen things clean, which is in my head forever and ever and ever. Amen.
Yeah, because it doesn't scan properly.
And it doesn't. You wouldn't say Mr. Sheen shines umpteen things clean.
He's always trying umpteen things. Yeah.
It's such an unsentence.
I feel this way about more reasons to shop at Morrison's. And you go, oh yeah, should we go down to Morrison's? I realised recently that they're going, more reasons to shop at more reasons is what they're basically trying to do a play on.
What?
So more reasons to shop at Morrison's,
Yeah,
but it's because
yeah.
Morrison's actually letter-wise is very similar to more reasons. So more
Yeah,
reasons
yeah.
to shop at more reasons. But it doesn't sound like that when you pronounce it. So yeah, should we go down to more reasons later?
It was just
It's
the wrong
horrible.
pronunciation.
It's the wrong pronunciation.
It's just wrong.
I get pissed off about a cafe around the corner from Absolute Radio called Oven or Nothing. And I don't know what that could possibly be.
Oven or nothing.
Oven or nothing. So double is oven.
Double is oven. But also, double is oven. But also, what am I gambling? It's a restaurant.
It's a cafe. They do nice bagels. It's great. The coffee's great. The sandwiches are great.
None of which comes from an oven, by the way.
Oven or nothing.
I don't think.
I was like, is it loving or nothing? But then that's not a thing.
I don't think they have an oven on site. It's a cafe in London.
Yeah, so they've gone, we should eat it or nothing. It's nothing, then,
oven
isn't
or
it? They
nothing.
don't have an oven. I feel
Can I have double the amount of food from the oven or nothing? Can I gamble on how much lasagna you'll give me?
I cannot fathom it. I feel the same about walk to walk.
Yeah.
I'm like, I realize now, but it probably just means walk as into, we're going to walk away with this. But I'm like, it sounds like is that a play on walk to work?
This is something I don't, and in what way is me eating so many noodles that I feel sick linked with walking to work?
And exactly. It should be walk to go.
They go, it's a pun. You go, to what?
Based on what?
Based on what?
Yeah.
Also, it's one of the things that really bugs me is puns that only work in an American accent. It's walk to work.
Yeah,
it's walk and walk.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that online.
It's actually fanny to work.
My jingle I came up with.
Yes.
It's for Ozempic. And it would be like a long advert for like Ozempic and losing weight on it or whatever. And then the end jingle would be, "You're so big they give you medicine." Like a little like
It's so upbeat. It's so positive.
I'm really trying to slim down in advance of my wedding in February.
Of course.
And I've considered that route.
Manjaro double up.
I've considered it.
What happens if it's just you're one of like the 0.1% who just fucking powers through the Ozempic?
And just eat through the nausea.
Yeah.
I think what would happen is it would work, but I'd be one of those people that feels nauseous and has like...
Loses your hair.
Loses my hair, and your burps and farts become untenable. So it's just like, at what cost? You know?
Yeah.
You just go, I'm nice and slim now. Hair falling out. You go, sorry,
it's not a substance.
yeah.
Or like Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, or like,
where it just takes too much medication.
Or like, have you been poisoned in a Bond film like Javier Bardem? Where it's like it's made his face kind of fall off or something. It's really unclear. Yeah. So I've considered it. That's why I had Ozempic on my mind.
Speaking of Javier Bardem, Katie saw my show at Soho Theatre the other week, and a friend of ours, who again I won't name for her sake, had dinner with us. And just behind, she's got a retainer brace.
Yeah.
And so she went to take the brace out, and I didn't realise that she has one. And so she took it out, and just as I was about to say, she went, "Don't say I look like Javier Bardem." I was like, that is exactly what I was going to say. That is exactly what I was going to say. Yeah.
But yeah, that's my, "You're so big they give you medicine."
I think one of the worst jingles of all time.
Yeah.
"There's millions," says Jeffrey, "all under one roof," for Toys R Us. So took the idea of "there's millions," that's the first part. But we're closing the quotation marks, says Jeffrey. At no point did they establish Jeffrey is the giraffe. So Jeffrey could be a CEO for all we know. And then it goes back to all under one roof. There's millions under one roof.
I really cannot. I so admire the confidence of any advert that makes the presumption that I know who their internal person is.
He goes, it just feels translated. They go, we have to stick to the original Slovakian.
Yes.
I don't know why I don't know why the first choice would ever be "there's million." Oh, how about? Oh my god, it makes so much sense. "There's millions," says Jeffrey, "all under one roof." What?
Yeah. And you go in Slovakia. I know this sounds strange. All giraffes are called Jeffrey. It's a thing. Yeah. In the same way that like Leo the lion.
Yeah.
Here, but we don't have one for the giraffe. That's Ellie the elephant. Like these are things that we have. They have Jeffrey the giraffe. Right? It's just a Slovakian thing, and they will not let us license Toys R Us if we don't if we don't keep it.
Yeah.
We got to think.
It just meant Jeffrey Epstein. There's Million says Jeffrey Epstein all under one roof, and like if a giraffe is separate to that.
His head like the Colonel's head in that O.
Yeah. Who with a neck like that? Of course he's going to hang himself. How could he not?
That's why people think he didn't, because the bunk's not tall enough. Yes. He would have just been wearing it. Yeah. God's sake. Correspondence.
Let's do some correspondence.
We got some about...
mail. Letter. Oh, we don't do it live anymore, do we?
No. We could, though. As I promised on the Patreon, thanks to our fantastic producer, is a picture of me as the snappy nappy baby.
Yes.
It is on Patreon. You have to join Patreon if you want to see it.
Someone asked if you still have an outie belly button.
I do.
Do you?
I have
You've
an
got an outie?
Yeah.
I've seen your belly button a few times. I've never noticed that. I always notice an outie, I think.
It might have just been my sheer overweightness that around the belly button. It makes it look like an innie.
You can force it back in again if you make that out. Yeah, that's...
It goes in if I pray. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is that normal? We got a fucking... let me just find this.
It depends who you pray to, I guess.
Yeah.
Baal. It goes in if I pray to Baal.
Pray to Baal.
I mean, while you find this, I've got a new
I got it.
question to politely ask someone if I've broken wind in public and you think you can sense it.
Yeah.
Oh, God, have you swiped your Nectar card?
I don't like that.
Oh, God, have
you swiped your... Yeah. It's like someone swiped their Nectar card in
Because the moment that enters your head, the next time you hear a self-checkout machine say that, you're going to go, no, I have not. I've never found it in my life.
Gavin.
Hello, Gavin.
Gavin. I'm listening to BudPod, and Glenn and yourself are discussing the Epstein birthday book and statistically signing a nonce's birthday card.
Yes.
That at some point you maybe have done that.
Must have done when it's been passed around the office. Yes.
Yeah.
I've never worked with a convicted, anyone who went on to become a convicted paedophile. I did work with a DJ who is a convicted murderer now.
Fuck, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that was years ago. More on that in another episode. We'll save it for the Patreon.
Yeah. We're an anti-murder podcast, of course, so we'll be talking about it
so I really tut at his actions.
Disapprovingly. So we're talking about all that. Jeffrey Epstein birthday book and statistically signing a nonce's birthday card. At this point, an advert popped up for an app called Trade U. So trade and then the letter U.
Yeah.
In which they say, gain access to Jeffrey's secret research.
On that occasion, it was the Toys R Us giraffe.
Who was one of the many, many, many people hunting Jeffrey Epstein. Played in the middle of it.
He was air support because of the height.
The synchronicity was pure comedy gold. Also, when Arthur Morgan died, did you see wolves or deers? I saw deers. I don't know what that means.
Basically, it's in Red Dead Redemption 2, you have a sort of morality system. Every time you walk around town being like, hello, mister, then you get a little bit of morality. Oh, extra bit of morality. If you just punch, if you punch like a stable boy in the face, morality goes down. And there's a long scale and bar. If it starts to lean negatively, then what happens is later on in the game, when he starts having hallucinations because he gets quite ill, you will see an animal in the distance based on how nice or how good you are. I always saw a deer. I can't bear being nasty in games or in real life.
It's just impossible. I can't.
Don't like it.
I can't do it. So we also heard from Flo.
Hello, Flo.
The subject line is workplace eating horror.
Yes.
Hello, fellows. Flo here from the Lesbian Red Shoes, all the way back in season 1, episode 69.
Oh, I remember this. Obviously, this was well before my time. I do believe this was the same episode as the Chicken Fight Club. Oh, I think that was the same episode.
Fuck, you might be right.
Yeah, absolute back-to-back belters of correspondence there on that one.
Oh, good.
When she got heckled by someone saying you're a lesbian, it was like, yes, but not because of the...
not because of anything you should know about. It was with great relief that I heard Glenn discuss the sickening feeling of office kitchen food acknowledgement.
Solidarity.
I said, and as I said on this week's bonus pod, I've said to my fiance, do not perceive my meal. do not perceive my meal. Quote, well, I'll put it in the fucking bin then, won't I? I finally saw an opening to share with you guys some details of my time working in a warehouse last year with, to be quite frank, a plethora of freaks.
Great.
Most relevant to Glenn's complaint was that the atmosphere of this job became so negative over the months that I couldn't ever finish my lunch because I started gagging.
Oh my God.
But that's not very fun, so I'll tell you about the freaks. That's a negative atmosphere.
Yeah.
If you can't even eat around these bastards.
Yeah, I mean, was it flatulent and crapulent? Was that the atmosphere?
I think maybe
everyone's just eating eggs.
Maybe Flo's just very sensitive to negativity. I wonder. Aside from my manager, a flat earther / anti-vaxxer who didn't believe in space.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, flat earther, anti-vaxxer, you go, it's one or the other. I cannot imagine somebody who's super pro-vaccine, but they're flat. Like, you go, I just imagine when someone's into one conspiracy theory, you're all of them.
Yeah, otherwise you'll just be arguing with all of your new friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But didn't believe in space.
That's... Okay, so we're in a flat earth, but we're not in anything. What?
That's like someone who's so flat earth, they're like, I'm so flat earth, I don't even believe in hills. I believe it's a full flat, so yeah.
Hills are just flat at a different angle.
Yeah.
You idiots. I wonder what he thinks we're in then.
Has to be a Truman Show-esque.
But what's outside that?
Anyone who believes they're in like the Matrix or a Truman Show is always like, do you think you're interesting enough to watch?
Yeah.
No one is.
Yeah. Sometimes though the delusion is that it's happening to them and they also ask that question.
Yeah, why me?
Like, why are you watching me?
Why haven't I been cancelled yet?
I'm boring.
Yeah.
There was a pale and stressful girl who consumed... I like that.
Pale and stressful. Not stressed.
Stressful, yeah. I like it's quite Victorian.
Yeah.
Oh, you are a stressful girl.
Oh, a mealy-mouthed dame.
There was a pale and stressful girl who consumed, as far as I could tell, an all-liquid diet.
Oh, riddled with ague she must have been.
Every day she would drink 1 can Monster, 1 bottle Coke, 1 Yazoo, and 2 to 3 mochas, which consisted of Cadbury's hot chocolate powder, tablespoons of sugar, whole milk, and a measly dribble of instant coffee slurry.
That is the drink equivalent of someone with one of those old-timey muskets putting the... What's the way I can have diarrhea the quickest? Like, diarrhea any percentage speed run.
It's Taskmaster. You open the envelope. You have to shit yourself as quickly as you can. You have access to this work canteen. Yeah. That is insane. Monster Energy, Coke, so much sugar, Yazoo.
Fuck, a Yazoo is so heavy. I haven't had one since I was about 14.
Yazoo is putting some fucking...
lining your stomach for what's going to happen ahead.
It's putting some muscle behind what's going to happen.
Yeah. Mochas, so chocolatey coffee.
2 to 3 mochas. Whole milk, so basically liquid pudding. This girl suffered from anxiety, of course, and also had a sweating disorder. I would say, how can you tell?
Yeah.
Because if that's
it's not disorder. That's just that is a normal amount of sweating.
That's the reaction you should have to this day.
It's like someone say, I have a phobia of murderers. No, you don't.
No.
That's rational.
I've got this thing where whenever I eat rotten meat, I get terrible stomach cramps. So I guess I'm intolerant.
Yeah, I have a disorder to that. No. Your body's working exactly as it should.
I'd have a sweating disorder if I had a can of Monster, a bottle of Coke, a Yazoo, and 2 to 3 mochas. I would also feel like the CIA was after me.
Has anyone ever referred to relentless diarrhea as breaking the seal? She's like, I've broken the seal now, and she's having to nip it. Because that's like... how
like you're in a pub.
Your stomach can only take like 2 litres of liquid at a time, right? Isn't it something like that? Or 2 pints, sorry. It's 2 pints at a time.
It's not
2
big.
litres, that's insane.
Yeah.
But 2 pints, so you get none of his stuff can all fit in at the same time. One of you's got to go. It's the chicken and the grain and the fox. You sort of go, okay, we put the diarrhea into the toilet. That's there.
But the yazoo,
the monster goes in the tummy.
But the yazoo will get spoiled by being near the diarrhea. I don't like the idea of pouring yazoo on top of a can of Monster. The curdling.
Yeah, I imagine it's honestly
the ginseng.
Like putting Mentos in a bottle of Coke. You go, that's causing you to fizz up and vomit.
Well, obviously school kids will do that, and they'll put a little model rocket in their asshole, and it'll fly up, and it'll be really cool. Almost dribbled on myself there. Surely, I should have read ahead.
Of
Flo
course.
says, surely this was the result of her body rejecting the fizzy, milky offerings she presented it with. Who amongst us would cope? I could go on for hours about the strange creatures that inhabited that tin grave of a place. But let's just say about a month into it, I would respond to any questions about how work was with a simple Soylent Green as people. All the bust.
Yeah.
I like that. All the bust.
All the bust. I
All
like
the
that.
bust.
Yeah, nice.
Bust wishes. That's how Jordan signs off her emails.
Bust. Jordan. Fucking hell.
What a reference.
Jordan, yeah.
Bust wishes.
Bust, I hate as a word because obviously I was brought up on like tabloids because my parents wanted me to be aware of the news and were like, well, what has a reading age of a 5-year-old? And it would always be sort of like, well, I don't know what's happening in the world. I just know about busty Liz Hurley shows off, flaunts curves on, but yeah.
Perfect pins.
Oh, yeah.
So...
I forced myself to write a tabloid article in a WhatsApp group the other day. That guy chopped his dick off and got everyone to eat it at dinner. What's his name? There's more to the story than that.
I'm searching in WhatsApp the word diners and I've found it.
Oh, I've got it. Yeah. So what
do you want to read it?
Yeah.
I'll say the story.
The story? Oh yeah, artist.
So the story is artist Mao Sugiyama shocked Twitter 10 years ago, posting the words, "Please retweet. I'm offering my male genitals (brackets full penis, testes, scrotum) as a meal for 100,000 yen. I will prepare and cook as the buyer requests at his chosen location." Sexist, but statistically correct. The price was slashed when it was decided to share the, and this is the article that spawned this, share the groin-grown grub. So referring to your dick and balls as groin-grown
Groin is horrible. Yeah, so this has been watered nicely. The weirdest part was that he offered his full genitals, brackets, full penis, testes, scrotum. Scrotum last, have to be like, who would be denying them that? You can have my entire balls and dick. I'm keeping the bag. You go, that's
It's like the fruit at a covered market.
Yeah.
You don't get the bowl. The big plastic bowl, they keep that.
So groin was horrible, but it was like, I mean,
So
said...
And I've put in my book how much I hate British tabloid-style talk, where it's like, the tiny tot guzzled down the lashings of...
You've described it as baby talk.
It's Beano baby talk.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Gaff prone, that sort of thing.
Gaff prone. The gaff prone Prime Minister was seen to be guzzling champagne.
So the headline is Coco Man. Diners in Tokyo were left gobsmacked after a chef whipped up an X-rated dish starring his very own, italicized, Willy. 5 foodies who forked out nearly £200 per head were seen feasting on Mao Sugiyama's severed manhood in front of stunned restaurant goers. But bungling police chiefs have been left red-faced after being unable to find the pervy artist guilty of any crime. The Sun says, snipping off your private certainly takes a lot of balls. Let's hope the dessert menu didn't include any spotted dick. It felt so easy to write a Sun article. I really didn't like how easy it was.
I found that as unsettling as if I'd watched you really fluently deceive a stranger. Like, have you ever had that where you see someone you know very well and you see them really fluently lie or deceive someone?
Katie seen me do this before. She really didn't like it. She says I'm alarming, because we were watching Happy Valley, and someone was in a really desperate predicament where you're like, there's no way out of this situation. The police are knocking on his door. What's he going to do?
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess I would just do something. And I gave like the full psychopath test answer, in which he was like, why was that just fresh to go? But she's seen me fib out of situations when talking to someone that you perhaps don't want to at a party and giving a really lengthy excuse that actually fits perfectly with the context of a situation. I think it's the only skill I have in life.
In a way, it's a kind of the most weaponized and frightening form of politeness.
Yes. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing.
I think it's a useful thing.
Yes.
Good or bad, whatever.
Sorry, good for me is what I mean.
Yeah. Well, and but yeah, how quickly you wrote that Sun article about a man serving up his own dick and balls. And it's just, you could be published tomorrow. And I mean that in a derogatory way.
Oh, good. Busty babe.
Busty babe. Oh. So we've got an email from someone who I won't say your name for reasons that will become clear. The subject line is not a poopy mail. Dear BudPod pod people.
Like it.
I like it. 24-hour party people. I'm turning to you with this problem because every time I try to think about it, my brain crashes. I have those.
Okay.
I hope you can either help or join me in my confusion. About a year ago, I went to the wedding of my distant aunt.
Okay.
We don't see that side of the family that much, and they're older and much wealthier than us. No bad feelings, though.
Okay.
This is quite sort of
this feels very wealthy.
Victorian ghost
been left a
story.
castle.
Yeah. On the morning of the wedding, there was a minor crisis. One of the adult bridesmaids wasn't able to make it.
Okay.
The rumor was that she was ill to the extent that she couldn't risk standing around in a light blue dress.
Oh.
So very ill. I was approached by the wedding planner. Told you it was posh.
Yeah.
And offered a field promotion to bridesmaids. For valor and bravery at the wedding reception. Yeah. I am honored to present you.
Yeah. It's either that or they give her that and a gun, and it's like you have one option. You either get promoted or you die now on the spot.
You kill yourself.
You deserter.
Or we lock you with the Prosecco in a different room with a revolver.
Yeah. Wedding deserter, is it?
The honorable way out. And offered a field promotion to bridesmaid as I was, quote, family and could, quote, fit into the dress.
Great. Oh, perfect.
I accepted, and my aunt was happy with it. And I enjoyed the new place in the bridal party. A promotion indeed. Although it involved a lot more standing around for photos and having an intense woman angrily redoing my makeup at short notice. Yes, not ideal.
Oh, yeah.
I had a lovely time, danced, got tipsy, and celebrated. I even met the woman I'd subbed for at the reception and got gifted the dress as a thank you.
Wow.
Even though it costs more than my monthly rent.
Whoa.
This is a fabulous day out so far.
Yeah.
So far, no drama. One of the gifts the happy couple received was a promise from their friend Wilbur of a painting of their wedding.
Okay.
12 months later, against all expectations, Wilbur has provided. So it's taken 12 months.
Okay,
It's a big painting in a classical style.
Okay.
So this is realism, right? This is a fancy painting, I suppose.
Yeah.
And there I am, one or two people away from the couple. But by classical, Wilbur went for classical Greek with allusions to mythology.
Right?
That is why, apparently, I've been painted naked.
What? What? Is everyone naked?
No. I don't think so.
That's not legal. That's like when Kanye West had that music video and he had a mannequin of Taylor Swift naked. You can't do that. That's not legal. That's like deep fake porn / revenge porn at the same time.
Yeah.
You can't do that to someone.
That is why apparently I've been painted naked. The whole supporting bridal party are nymphs and satyrs.
Oh, so the groomsmen have got fucking rocking dongs.
Well, they've got like goat penises.
Yeah, horrible.
My opposite groomsman, however, has foliage over his wedding tackle. But aside from having someone blocking my bikini bottom area, I'm proudly topless and exposed from all points north of my belly button. The other bridesmaids seem to have gotten away with diaphanous veils or being they were children in the little dresses.
Yeah.
My mother is tucked away further down the painting, looking frumpy in a toga. And my dad and brother are generic men with beards in the background. Wilbur clearly spent more time on me. It's obviously... Wilbur likes you.
This is like an even more insane version of Andrew Lincoln in Love Actually.
Oh, I look quite pretty.
Yeah, he's like photoshopped out Keira Knightley's dress in the wedding footage. I just wanted a picture of me that's not all blue and wibbly, but off your pie.
I look quite pretty.
They're all King Charles.
She's like King. She talks like
during his coronation.
I look quite pretty.
I just wanted one of me that wasn't all blue and wibbly.
And he realizes his coronation, he goes, they're all of me. Yes, Your Majesty, because this is your fucking coronation.
You're the king.
Oh, yes. Yeah, thank you. Andrew Lincoln wasn't...
Imagine how...
I thought you didn't approve of my second marriage to Cheerful.
Imagine how panicked you'd be if you were there, the cinematographer of the coronation, and while you were sitting watching it with the king went, "This is all of me.
Yeah,
this is in love with me or something."
Yeah.
You're like, no, but you're being crowned. This is all just constant film of me, close-ups of me.
Yes, I remember at a certain point you could have filmed when people started singing the national anthem kazoos that were hidden amongst the congregation.
Wilbur clearly spent more time on me. It's obviously my face being smiley for my aunt, but he has generously given me a boob job too.
This is outrageous.
This
is illegal.
I'm a modest B cup, but this is not reflected in the painting. I'm not one to body shame, and all bodies and breasts are beautiful, but Wilbur has given me a big honkin' pair of tits. Which isn't very ancient Greek either. He's gone off piece there.
Everyone's it's like the sexiest guys had like minuscule dicks,
and also like the Venus coming out of the water.
It's all quite like
it's pretty proportionate, standard stuff, you know. So you've got huge bangers painted onto your naked body, almost cartoonish, like those seaside postcards from the 50s. Fish and chips.
Like an old Guinness advert. My goodness, my Guinness sort of ones, yeah. Where they were always set at nudist camps, and you go, were there lots of those in Torquay in the 60s?
Between laughing...
Careful what you're pricking those sausages, miss. Those sort of...
a postman in traditional uniform is spilling his Guinness entirely up someone's ass.
Yeah.
My goodness. Almost cartoonish, like those seaside postcards from the 1950s. Between laughing, my friend told me they're what the internet calls big mommy milkers. Ugh. And they look especially bizarre considering I'm pretty skinny rather than built like a Valkyrie. They're topped off by some very pointy and very pink nipples.
Like 1940s dress, like 1940s blouses and bras.
Yeah. My friend is of the opinion that Wilbur started with my tits and worked out.
For the rest of the wedding party.
This is an art attack? Yeah. And that they follow you around the room. There are some other topless women in the painting, okay. Someone carrying an owl like Athena, someone dancing, and some servants on the edge of the painting. My question is... Where do I get a copy? No. My question is, what the fuck?
Yeah.
First of all. And secondly, and what the fuck do I do now? My aunt shared the photo of the painting with the bridal party, and the maid of honor sent me a link. A big unveiling is planned, both on social media and at a post-wedding party.
Oh my God. That can't happen.
My mother thinks it would be rude to ask to have it changed, and that no one will notice. My dad wants nothing to do with it, and my brother just thinks it's hilarious.
You have to. Do you reckon it's because it was agreed with the previous person, you will be naked in this photo, and they said, yeah, I'd love that.
Maybe the previous person was like, oh, could you just...
her naked.
No, the previous bridesmaid she replaced said to the bride, okay, but could you ask the painter to give me massive hooters, please?
I think it's that. And
huge knockers.
And
he doesn't know it's a swap out.
Absolute swap out. That's what they don't know.
Here's my question. Here's my question. Maybe we should edit out the name.
They won't like the suggestion of can you redo it? Because I know certainly for my wedding photos, I asked the photographer to make me naked in post. So I asked for the complete opposite, and he didn't he stopped replying.
But you showed me your attempt, and it looks very good.
Yeah, they look good. Yeah,
it looks very good.
Yeah, crude and stenciled certainly, but
not quite skin tone matching.
No, not at all.
But good.
Thank you.
In spirit. Here's my question, emailer. Mm-hmm. Was the person you replaced in the painting? And if so, what her state? Because if we're right,
she's in the corner.
But is there a confusion? Because if she's not in the painting, then it is a confusion, and maybe she said, "I want huge knockers."
It's also just not what the wedding looked like.
Oh yeah.
Who's this for?
My brother thinks it's hilarious, which it kind of is. The groomsmen got goat legs and horns, but I got huge comedy knockers. Still, it feels...
But goat legs and horns is like funny ha-ha as opposed to
that's what
heavily sexualized.
That's what she's saying.
Yeah, this is crazy. It's not the same level of humor.
Still, it also feels very creepy, especially when I notice that the painting includes hints of the tattoo on my thigh.
What?
It would have been hidden at the wedding, but it's visible in holiday photos on my socials.
What?
Wilbur has been doing his research. That is chilling.
That's really scary.
That's what, so Glenn and I are writers, emailer, and that's what we would call the turning point in the script.
Yes.
When you start to go, but how would he have known who was still inside the house?
That's the they're all of me moment.
Or the calls are coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Ugh.
That's really weird.
I don't even think it's
so how did he get the boobs so wrong?
That's a good point. Some things in a painting, Glenn, are for the artist.
You're right, yeah. One for the dad.
Our theory's already been addressed. I don't even think it's likely that he thought I was the bridesmaid I replaced because A, she is drinking wine elsewhere in the painting. B, has the beautiful skin tone of the Indian subcontinent rather than being a pallid lass from the north.
Yes.
So it's a different skin tone, so it's definitely not the same. And C, given we're the same dress size, she's not built like a Neolithic fertility goddess either. So what do? Ignore it and be a naked Where's Wally in someone's wedding present? Make a fuss and get a correction painted by Wilbur? Or try to sneak into the house at the dead of night to Sharpie a sports bra on? Your advice or mutual incredulity welcome, all names changed, Koji. I will say, this is the first absolutely solid platinum holy shit email of season 2, I think.
That is absolutely bananas. And
it's fucking
excellent.
Crazy.
I'd say don't alter it yourself because we all saw what happened when Mr. Bean tried to alter Whistler's mother. I think it could you get away with it to go, we just forget it, it's in someone's house. I could pretend it's plausible deniability, but it's not me. If loads of people in a wedding party, you'd go, but the naked person's going to receive more attention than the clothed people in the image.
Yeah, and there are other naked people. Are you the main naked one? In which case, yeah. But if it's not accurate, does it feel as bad?
I think it's fair to say I feel a little uncomfortable being drawn naked without my permission.
Yes, that's a good point.
That is watertight because no one can ever reply and go, no, but it's fine.
Here's the thing. I separate. You got to separate the art from the artist.
Yes.
Glenn. I find Wilbur a deeply frightening man.
Yes.
The painting, I sort of whatever.
Yeah.
I think surely it will only be in the house of the couple. So few people will see it.
And loads of mutual friends will come over and they go, "What is that? Was that your wedding? That looks like you." Oh my god! I mean,
but they're not. This is a sort of relatively distant aunt.
Oh yeah, you're right. So
there's not that much social crossover. So I'd worry less about the image and more about Wilbur. I'm much more worried about the person behind the murder.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like I have to accept there are loads of dreadful photos of me in the backgrounds of other people's holiday photos on their phone, and I'll never know about that, and I just have to accept that's real.
What would I think? The trouble is, it's not really possible to translate this scenario into something for us.
Relatable. I don't know. I've never been in this situation.
But even if...
It'd be weird if I was like Taylor's Old as Time.
Even if we went to a distant relative's wedding and we got painted with like an enormous penis.
Yeah.
It would just be like...
I guess so, yeah. I mean, a friend of mine unearthed a couple of weeks ago a naked calendar I was in at uni.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, I forgot all about that. And I didn't feel weird about him having it, but it was like, it's all fun. Everyone's like covered just about, but it's like, looking back, that's weird. Yeah.
Wilbur.
Wilbur.
That is so insane. I love that. I really have no idea what to do, but I would say I would separate these problems and approach them differently, because problem one, which I don't think will ever really come up in your life again, is the existence of the image itself.
Yeah.
And problem two is, where does Wilbur live?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. How far is Wilbur willing to travel?
And actually maybe have another look and see if other people have got similar levels of creepy research.
Yes.
Because I can picture some try-hard artist weirdo asking the bride for the social media details of everyone in the image, because the one photo won't be enough to get the picture right.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, I really don't know.
You are the first person this has ever happened to.
Yeah, I think there's nothing like this in the Bible.
Yeah.
There's nothing like this in all human art.
Yep, I've tried looking up. Great question. Let's delve. I think
here are some reasons why that might be a fucking creepy thing to do.
Yeah, I think as long as you are distant from World War, I think you just have to forget it. But that's very easy for us to say. I mean, like, that's crazy.
Very strange to also. I think you're right. He probably started tits first and worked his way out. Really odd, and also think
as if that's like that's just a cultural thing people do. But also, like Kathy Bates in Titanic, start from the outside cutlery, work your way. Like, yeah, you do that. Yeah,
but also, I assume this is in oil or acrylic. Having painted a little in my life,
yes,
so many little brush strokes to get the tits exactly right. Like the level of care and attention over 12 months is so.
It's so upsetting.
It would be so much less creepy to just be.
I'd rather be caught drawing Sonic hentai. Because at least I'd go, it's for a joke.
You have a lot of jokes these days about Sonic hentai, don't you, Glenn?
You're jacking off over your own jokes.
Most profitable jokes you've ever told, aren't they? Private collections being sold to. We'd love some updates and your thoughts on our response emailer, because that is fucking crackers.
Yeah.
Well, now it's time to go to the nude painting of the Patreon, of course.
Yes, and also a hentai-based altered lyrics from me in the Patreon.
Oh,
Let's
yes.
just jog my memory.
Yes, and we might put on the Patreon the screenshot of when you, for a joke, you sent Sonic hentai to.
Oh, gee, yeah. We'll put that on the for special Patreon subscribers.
Yeah, a censored version, but it's very funny. And I'm on there as the Snappy Baby. And also, if you do sign up to the Patreon, you get advance notice and often, almost always, discount tickets for live BudPods. And also advance notice of our tour shows and where we're going.
And a full episode every single week, an additional episode every single week.
And ad-free versions of the main episodes as well. So do check that out. We've also fixed, God willing, the problem that Acast and Patreon created by uncoupling, which was the fact that the Series 2 bonus pods weren't online anymore. So hopefully they should all be up there now. Apologies for the thousands of emails you would have got about that. But it should all be over now, and you can enjoy the whole back catalogue. And also George Pods once a month. You will get a podcast with George Fouracres, star of Stage and Screen. But yeah, otherwise, thank you very much for listening, guys. We'll see you in the Patreon.
Go G.
Go G.